All right, so review for Unit 5 test. So solve for portions. All we're going to do here is cross multiply. So we're going to multiply 2 times, I don't know why the pen's not working, sorry. There we go. So we're going to multiply 2 times 18 and 9 times x. So 9x equals 2 times 18. 9x equals 36. Divide by 9, x equals 4. All right, that's your answer. X is 4. Next, as soon as you see a plus, put parentheses. So you remember to distribute the 8 to both. So what we're going to have here is 8 times the binomial x plus 2 equal to 6 times x. You've got to remember to distribute the 8 to both. Okay. Now, since I have a number and a letter over here, I'm going to move the 8x over by subtraction. Doesn't really matter. It's going to end up in a negative answer no matter what I do. So that gives me 16 equals negative 2x. Divide, x equals negative 8. All right. And you could check that. You could plug that back in here. Negative 8 plus 2 is negative 6 over negative 8 is positive 6 over 8. It works. All right, a little vocabulary here. Very important, the key to this whole unit. If 2 polygons are similar, the angles are congruent. They're the same. But the sides are proportional. This is different than when we did congruent shapes. There, the angles and sides had to be the same. But here, the angles are the same and the sides are proportional. Most important part of this chapter, honestly. You got to get that concept down. All right. 2 triangles are similar. It's telling you, if they are similar, find the scale factor from small to big, then find the value of the missing side. So, since these 2 match up, and these 2 match up, and these 2 match up, that also means that this side corresponds to that side, this one corresponds to that one, and 3 corresponds to 9. Now, since it says, small to big, we can do this and set up our 3 fractions. So 4 corresponds to the unknown, 5 corresponds to 15, and 3 corresponds to 9. Now, since we know, we got to check and see if they're proportional here. So if I just do this, I get 45 equals 45. Right? So now I can do the same thing here. 5x equals 4 times 15, which is 60. So x is 12. Or the question mark is 12. Now, what's the relationship between these two? 3 to 1 or 1 to 3, depending on which way you're looking. Okay, so when it says from small to big, it's getting bigger. So technically the answer is 3 or 3 to 1. But I want you to understand that if it was going from big to small, okay, it'd be 1/3. The small one's 1/3 of the big one. The big one's 3 times the small one. Okay, are they similar? Remember, we only have 3 rules here. Now, number 5, notice there are no sides marked. That pretty much rules out both of those. So all we have to prove is, does it have 2 angles that are matching up? Well, those 2 do, and those 2 do. So the answer is yes. by AA similarity. What about number 6? Well, number 6, there are no angles marked. That pretty much rules out that one and that one. Now, we can't just say yes because we do have numbers to check, so we have to set up our proportions. So 2.8 looks like it goes with 7, 4 with 10, 2 with 5. So we have to do the math. 2.8 over 7 equals 4 over 10, theoretically, and 2 over 5. Now remember, there are 2 ways to go, well, 3 ways, but it won't work here because you can't simplify the decimal fraction. So there's 2 main ways. You can cross multiply here and here and see what you get. So 2.8 times 10 is 28. 7 times 4 is 28. Check. 5 times 4 is 20. 2 times 10 is 20. Check. So the answer is yes by side, side, side similarity. The other way you could have checked it is just take 2.8, divide by 7 on the calculator and get 0.4. 4 divided by 10 is 0.4. And 2 divided by 5 is also 0.4. So you can cross multiply or turn them into decimals. Either way is an option, whatever works best for your brain. All right, number 7. I'm going to use colors here to help you highlight what's going on. Look first for the one that has both pieces filled out. So SQ, where is that? That's right here. To QP, that's right here. Okay, so without even looking at the problem, I'm going to match up the colors. SN and NR. So now I look, it says, what corresponds to SN? That would be NR. Okay? I'm going to erase that and come back to it for the next one. So I'm going to look at NQ and RP because that's filled out. NQ, where's that? That's right here. It's the bottom of the small triangle. RP, that's right here, the bottom of the big triangle. And again, if you wanted to, you could do this, SNQ, SRP. Now what we're looking at is this piece and this piece right there. Now, SR, where's SR? SR is on the big triangle right here. It's the whole left side. It's right here. So, what's the whole left side on the small triangle? It's SN. So you can use, pencil or colored pencils for this, but it really helps if you lay it out like that and look at where you're looking at. And if it helps you to break it up into 2 separate triangles, go for it. All right, number 9. I really suggest here you do the 2 triangles. Okay, so we have 4 and 7, and here we have X, and be careful, this side is 7 plus 5, which is 12. These correspond and these correspond. So 4 over X equals 7 over 12. If you multiply, you get 12X equals 48. Then we divide by 12, you get the answer, 48. Sorry, it's 7X, my bad. I don't know why I did that. Silly me. 7X equals 48. So what you get is 48 over 7, or about 6.86 rounded. All right, number 10. This one, there's a nice little trick here. you have your fractions right there. X over 8 equals 6 over 10. You can just set them up right there and then cross multiply. 10x equals 6 times 8. So you divide by 10 and you get 4.8. Watch this neat little trick. You could even go side to side. X over 6 equals 8 over 10. Again, what do you get? 10x equals 48. Okay? So there's multiple ways you can do that. You can just draw the fractions right there on the drawing. All right. DC, where's that? That's right here. It's this top left piece. CA, what's that? It's the bottom left piece. FE, well, that's the top right. So what matches up? The bottom right, EB. Okay, what do we have? We got DA. That's the whole left side. AC, it's the bottom left. BE, it's the bottom right. So what matches up? FB, the entire right side. All right, start with what you know, DC and DA. So DC is the left top. DA is the whole left side. FB, what's that? Well, FB is the whole right side. So what corresponds? FE. And last but not least, start with what you know, BE and BF. So BE is the bottom right. BF is the whole right. AC is the bottom left. So what corresponds? The entire left. AD. That's it.